If I whisper.
Luke, let's start with you. You had your own drama with someone you knew before coming on the show on your season. Is she right to bring up the past? Are her intentions in the right place? What do you make of all this?
What I know is that bringing up the past is always an issue. They, of course, want to make sure that that kind of happens. But in this case, I think it's all Hannah on her side of the boat. So I would say Hannah's kind of the Blake in the situation. I think Caelynn's just being honest, sincere. She has a great connection. And unfortunately, she kind of has to bring up this past drama just because it has to be said. You know what I mean? And it's kind of an unfortunate situation, but.
As I'm watching, I also feel like I can sense Colton just being like, all right, we have to do this because it's the show. We have to do the drama. So Colton then went and talked to Caelynn about the whole drama. She didn't really address anything, broke down in tears, saying she wasn't expecting to talk about her past tonight. Colton comforted her, gave her the rose. So do we think that is his sign that he's into her more, or was it a pity rose?
I think that it was the sign that he's a little bit more into her, because you could see when he was talking to Hannah, he was just exhausted by the entire thing, didn't really want to be in the conversation. And then he goes and talks to Caelynn. She starts crying. He immediately goes and picks up the rose in front of Hannah, which I think is a sign in and of itself.
That's true. That's actually a bit, the fact that it was in front of her in spite of all things that had just been said and done, that is a big sign.
Yeah, it was so much of the episode because it spilled over into the pool party. And we see Colton conflicted over his decision to keep them both. Lucas, you think he should have just sent them both home and just got it over with?
No, I think it's obvious that he has a great connection with Caelynn. I think it definitely, no questions asked, was a pity rose to Hannah. I mean, it's like the battle of the beauty queens, as you said. It was a pity rose. At the end, it's like, you're welcome to get the rose. And she's still complaining after she got the rose. Like, what more do you want?
Waboom's not having that. Not having it.
I don't know what actually happened. Because they're so vague about it. No one's saying the details. Like, if I had more of the story, then maybe I could kind of choose, like, oh, that person actually is kind of cuckoo.
And I think that's where Colton's frustration comes from, because they're really just mimicking each other. They're kind of just saying, oh, we handle stress differently. Yeah. But then they're also like, she's manipulative, she's toxic, she's deceitful. And clearly, something happens for two girls to go from being quote-unquote best friends to mortal enemies.
So where's the rift,
It's also funny we handle stress differently. Like, what does that mean?
Right. It could just mean so many things. And I think that's where you see Colton just kind of being like, okay, guys, like, let's just get down to what actually happened. Yeah. And neither of them really want to say.
Let's just say the producers are doing everything in their power to keep them on the show as long as possible.